This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, this is Jack from Charging the Markets, and this is a pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 21st of October. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, in terms of what's happening on ES this morning, hang on. Okay, we are still kicking around near the highs, and this means that the potential double top here is still very much in play. We don't have any sell signals. The retracement setup is weak, and we're almost at the end of October, which is the end of the obvious bear window. But nonetheless, there is a possibility that we may see this play out, and if we do, then that could get us back into this fairly rapidly rising wedge support, which I've currently got in about the 57.90 area. We will see how that goes. Another nice looking wedge on NQ, although I've got that drawn on the NDX chart rather than the NQ chart. On RTY, we went back and retested this high. We got a potential larger double top here. Don't think it's going to play out. We had a 60-minute sell signal that's now reached the possible near miss target. On YM, possible double top here. That too has a shot. We will see how that goes. DAX and ESTX, possible double top on DAX. Don't think we've got one on ESTX. No, we haven't. 60-minute buy signal reached the possible near miss targets. I'm going to basically sign that off on there. So basically, we've got no open signals on the hourly charts. Let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. All right. Now, I've made a change this morning. I announced it on my bigger picture webinar last night. But what I've done is on the daily and hourly and 15-minute charts, I've switched to SPY. Because one of the viewers asked for that, because obviously it's easier to work with the targets. So that means that the weekly pivots and the monthly pivots are now on SPY setups. So anyway, if you have any problem with that, please do tell me. But at the moment, we're now on dailies and below, looking at the main ETFs for all of these. So it's SPY, QQQ, DIA for Dow, of course, and IWM. All right, so looking at here, we've got a nice looking rising wedge here. We've got a slight overthrow, might deliver, I guess. Not really looking for much downside, but I am noticing that this nice looking double top here, if it played out, would get us back to this wedge support. We will see. All right, looking at the no divergence on the 15-minute chart. Nothing really on the hourly chart either. We've still got a weak RSI 5 sell signal fixed on the daily. And we closed last week pretty close to the week's pivot. And it's possible we could hang around that all week as well. All right, looking at Qs. Nice looking rising wedge there too. We don't have a nice looking double top, or indeed any kind of obvious topping pattern here, except for this possible head and shoulder neckline in the 477.4 area. This has been weaker than the others, and actually we've been testing the daily middle band as we've gone up. It's holding so far, but if that breaks, that would be a first sign of weakness. We will see. Nothing on the daily chart, nothing on the hourly chart in terms of divergence. We are pretty slim on all kinds of divergences on every time frame. Looking at DIA, nice looking wedge here too. Next obvious target within the wedge would be wedge support, which is down here at about the 417 area. Potential little double top here, which wouldn't get us there, but may well play out. We will see. But at the moment, we're really just kicking around near resistance and not really going anywhere. We could see a bit of a retracement. I'm not really looking for an awful lot. In terms of the hourly chart, no divergence. In terms of the daily chart, we've still got an RSI 5 sell signal fixed, and if we didn't already have one fixed, another one would be brewing here. So there is some negative divergence here. We will see. All right, looking at the bigger picture charts on IWM, on the 15-minute chart, we don't have an obvious pattern, or this is a potential trend line here. We will see. No current. Well, no, we do have a little double top here, actually. If we see a sustained break back below 225, we can see a move down into about the 223.5 area. we will see how that goes. Now, actually, about the 222.5 area, so we could get back down to about here. It's not a very large pattern. I wouldn't be that surprised to see it. It wouldn't be that large a move. In terms of the hourly chart, we've actually got some negative divergence here. We've got an hourly RSI 14 sell signal fix. We've got an obvious target above that hasn't been hit yet, which is the retest of this high here at 227.85. But this is really the only hourly sell signal we've got outstanding at the moment. On the daily chart, no divergence. We're seeing a bit of a consolidation here, and it kind of looks like a bull flag on the daily. All right, DAX and Nikkei heading higher still. We still on an RSI 14 sell signal that's fixed on the daily. So far, that's delivered absolutely nothing. I'm not sure it's going to. Nikkei is still kicking around, not really doing anything decisive. If we see a break up, there would be an obvious target at a retest of this high here at 42.4. All right, looking at the DX chart. DX, we had a 60-minute sell signal. That's reached the possible no miss target. Holding the weekly pivot at the moment. Could be forming a flag. If we are forming a flag, we might see a move down to, let's say, the 103, 103.2 area to form that before we go and see a retest of the high. On the ZB, we've done a full retest of this low. This could be a double bottom, or we could just be continuing down. It wouldn't surprise me if we just continued down. CL, we had a 60-minute buy signal fix. That's now reached the possible near miss target. We've got a potential double bottom here. I am wondering if we might see some more upside, but we will see. At the moment, we are stuck between the weekly pivot and the monthly pivot. I've rolled this into December, and I've rolled NG into December, even though I'm probably a day or two early. What I would note is that on the December natural gas contract, there was a huge roll of 50 cents. So this is basically up 50 cents from where it is in the November contract. We've got another one of those next month where we've got about 20 or 30 cents. Let's have a look. How much is that? About 30 cents. And then that's the last of the big rolls for the winter, because you tend to get a lot of big rolls in the winter. Basically, it's gone up $1 on just the rolls over 3 months. We've got the same thing happening, obviously at the end of next year, but in the meantime, it's pretty even, and the roll isn't currently looking like much for any of the months. So if we are going to see a decline, that would be the obvious time to do it. So I'm still looking for a move to 2.1. Obviously, this big roll has put us further away from that. Looking at GC, GC, possible 60-minute sell signal brewing. Nothing really to suggest that we're going to see a retracement here. SI, possible weak 60-minute sell signal brewing on HG. We've broken up from this falling wedge, and this may well be a flag setting up a retest of this high here in the 4.78 area. Watching for a reversal pattern form. Got a couple of options here. We could retest the low. I've got a possible iron chest neckline in the 4.5 area, waiting for something more to develop. All right, nothing really much to say on the currencies. UUSD and GBP/USD have broken slightly over resistance, but not a lot to see. On KC, it still looks like a bull flag, but if it goes much lower, it's not going to be a bull flag because it will be too large. We will see how that goes. Still leaning towards the upside here, but if we see a hard breakdown, this double top isn't invalidated, and we could still be looking at a move down into the 220 to 225 area. Looking at sugar, sugar looks like a bull flag forming still. CC, this looks like a small bull flag setting up a retest of this high here, but bigger picture target, I'd be looking for a retest of this high here at 8,800. Wheat still looks like a bull flag. I am wondering about a bit lower on soy and corn to retest big lows there, because we are getting close to those. We do have a double bottom trying to break up on corn. We'll see how it goes. If it makes target, that's in the basically the 413.5 to 415 area. Looking at soy, nice decline here. Might be setting up a small double bottom. I'm wondering about a possible retest of this low here in about the 953 area. Looking at cotton. Cotton, nice looking double bottom. I was saying when we got down to here that really any lower than that and we'd be losing the bull flag, but we've gone up from there. We've got a double bottom which is breaking up with alternate targets in about 73.5 to 74 area. So if that makes target, we're likely to be back on track, heading back into a retest this high here at 74.5. 185. Looking at lumber, lumber, this looks like a long bull flag, stroke triangle, stroke basically bullish consolidation. Sooner or later, I'm expecting this to resolve up into a retest of this high here in the 538 area. Looking at live cattle, looks like a bull flag forming. Lean hogs is trying to break up from this resistance area, and I'm thinking we'll probably manage to do so. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions. No questions at the moment. Let's just review. Okay, we are kicking around near resistance here. There's not really been an awful lot of movement in the last couple of days. We do have a couple of nice looking double tops. It wouldn't astound me to see those make target. If we were to see if we were to see a sustained break below the double top support, which is at 58.52, that would have a target in about the 57.80 area. That actually wouldn't be a huge move and would be a pretty good match with a test of this rising wedge support, but we will see. No real divergences either way. I am wondering whether these double tops might play out. They've been hanging around for a couple of days here. We've not been breaking through resistance. I am wondering whether we might see a day's downside. That could also help to make the open daily sell signal targets. We will see. All right, my pleasure as always, guys. I will have everything posted ASAP. I'll catch you guys later.
Hi. So we didn't send her the reading list